2020 is going to be an unbelievable year. "2020 is going to be an unbelievable year. We have an election. Whether you like him or not, Trump is going to win. The stock market is at all-time highs. Fuel prices are low. Interest rates are stupid low. Customers are buying. Consumers are spending money. They're buying refrigerators and still putting roofs on their houses and doing additions, which all gets trucked on a truck, okay? If you knew that 2020 was going to be unbelievable, what would you do? How would you take advantage of it? Because I'm telling you with a crystal ball, this year will be exceptional. And therefore, I believe every single person in this company should make more money in 2020 than you ever have previously in your life. You should make that as a goal because the economic conditions of 2020 are unbelievable. There will only be two reasons why you wouldn't make as much money as you ever had in your life in 2020. Here. The first is focus, and the second is complacency. If you didn't hear that I told you that this is the year to do the harvest, because next year isn't going to be as harvestable, the seeds aren't going to sprout, the weather's not going to cooperate, there's going to be excessive rains, it's going to be cold in the spring, the sun's not going to shine as much, would you heed that warning and make this harvest the best you ever had? Now, I'm not predicting that 2021 is going to be as bad as I'm saying. In fact, I actually think 2021 is probably going to be okay. But one thing I know for damn sure is 2020 is going to be unbelievable. And you guys individually have to take personal responsibility and make the decision of, am I going to focus on it? And am I going to not be complacent and think that this economic fever that we're in will continue forever? Because that's betting on the come line. Does everybody follow me on that? I really want to get this message across to everybody. You can go home tonight and say, I have no economic worries in 2020. The world is not coming to an end. It's all going to be good. I'm telling you with total certainty, 2020 is going to be great. The question is, are we going to take advantage of it? And are you going to stack and rack for what may not be a guarantee? Because I'm not guaranteeing 2021. And if I was a betting man, I'm going to bet against 2022. Because some of this shit's got to come home to roost, right? The stock market's at all-time highs, interest rates at all-time lows, home prices at all-time highs, consumer spending at all-time highs, individual savings at all-time lows. All of that stuff historically sets up for problems down the road. Federal funds rate is 1.75. That's the cost that the Fed loans money to the world. There's not a lot of room to go, guys. Do you follow me? They're not going to raise rates to 3 and 4 and 5. Look at what would happen. Can you imagine if the Fed came in and said, we're going to start not doing QE2, but we're going to start raising rates and they're going to go up a quarter point? Everybody, Tim and I have lived through that before. Jim, you've lived through that. When rates move up, the economy slows. But when the economy slows and rates are already low, you don't have the quantitative easing that we've had in last two recessions. We were at 3s and 4s in cost of funds back then. Now we're at 1.75. Okay? If you want a real life example, just look at Japan. They've been at a zero Fed funds rate for 30 years. Okay? This is the year. So for those of you who are wondering, when's this thing going to work? It works now. Stack and rack in 2020. Don't bet on the come line. Take it now through focus and no complacency.